much more awake than that. How do you do? Much better. My name is Sir Elias. I bid you all good morning. In a moment, we are going to have a princess come and share a story with us. Would you like that? All right, let's see if you can guess who this princess is. If I give you a few clues, she has many little mice friends that help her with the chores. Who is it? That's right, Cinderella. Please join me in welcoming that princess who is a perfect fit in any kingdom, Cinderella. Hello, Your Highness. Good morning.
Good day to you all.
Now, all the boys and girls have seen it so nicely, and I'm hoping you will share a story with them.
Oh, I'd love to. Now let me see, what story shall I tell? Oh, I know. I'll tell you all something which actually happened to me. Now, I didn't always have a beautiful gown like this to wear. Once upon a time. Let's say that all together, shall we? Ready?
Once upon a time.
I dressed in rags and spent all of my time cleaning and caring for my stepmother and my two stepsisters. We all lived together in a very large house, and every day, top to bottom and bottom to top, I had to scrub the floors, wash the windows, and clean the fireplaces until they all shined. It was very hard work, and more often than not, I was usually covered from head to toe in soot and cinders. In fact, that's actually how I got my name, Cinderella. Well, my stepmother and my two stepsisters, they were not very nice to me. In fact, sometimes they were even quite mean. One was named
Anastasia. Cinderella, clean my room.
Oh, and the other was named
Drusilla. Cinderella, where's my breakfast?
You were not very nice. I'm sure none of you would ever behave like that. Well, one day, an invitation came to our house. Thank you. Oh, but it wasn't just any invitation. It was an invitation sent by the king himself.
Heigh, heigh! Every eligible maiden is to attend a royal ball in honor of the prince.
Oh, how I'd love to go to a royal ball, meet a handsome prince, and fall in love. My stepmother even told me I could go to the ball if I finished all of my chores and had a beautiful dress to wear. So I worked very hard all day long.
And while Cinderella was doing the chores, her little bird and mice friend began to sew and finish her gown.
Thank you so much. My little mice friends were so thoughtful and kind.
Oh, but when the stepsisters saw how beautiful Cinderella was, they became very jealous, and they began to rip and tear at her gown, and they broke off her beautiful necklace.
I tried not to be too disappointed as I watched my stepmother and my two stepsisters go off to the ball together, but it seemed that my dream would never come true. So I ran to the garden and I cried and cried and cried.
Oh, but then something very strange began to happen. The stars began to twinkle, and then a voice said, "Dry those tears. You can't go to the ball looking like that." And who do you think that was?
Yes, it was my fairy godmother. She reminded me never to give up on my dreams. And then she took out her magic wand.
Oh yes, what were those magical words she said?
Do you all remember?
That's right. Bippity boppity boo, and she turned an ordinary pumpkin into...
Do you remember? Yes, a carriage.
Carriage, very good.
Splendid
Oh
carriage.
goodness, and then the little mice she turned into 4 white. That's right.
But my dress, I just couldn't go to the ball looking like that. So with a wave of her magic wand, she turned my tattered rags into a beautiful ball gown.
Oh, and on Cinderella's feet, what do you think appeared?
Yes, glass slippers, beautiful, delicate glass slippers, such as I had never seen before. At last, I was ready to go to the ball. But before I left, my fairy godmother warned me that the magic could not last forever, and that the spell would end when the clock struck.
Do you remember what time?
Yes, at midnight, everything would be as it was before. But for now, everything was a wonderful dream come true. So off to the ball I went. I held my breath as I entered the grand ballroom of the palace. I couldn't believe how magnificent everything was. And as I turned, I just couldn't believe how beautiful it all was.
And when the prince saw Cinderella, he could hardly believe how beautiful she was. He asked her to dance. So this is love. So this is love. So this is what makes life divine. And now I know the key to all heaven is mine. It's going to be dizzy.
We twirled around the grand ballroom together, Time passed quickly, and I was enjoying myself so much I completely forgot what my fairy godmother had told me. And that's when I heard it.
Boom!
Oh, it was the clock striking midnight.
Everyone bong with me. Boom!
Oh, I had to leave right away.
Boom!
Oh, my spell was broken.
Boom!
I said goodbye and I left as quickly as I could.
Boom! Please wait!
Oh, I heard his voice calling after me.
Please wait, come
But
back!
I couldn't stop.
Please!
I went down the stairs of the palace.
No, come
I
back!
lost one of my slippers along the way.
Oh my!
I had to leave it behind. I just couldn't come back for it.
Wait, please!
I ran to the carriage and we raced all the way home. And as the clock struck 12, the spell was broken.
Yes, that's right. Oh, that splendid coach. What happened to it? It turned back into a... That's right. Oh, and the beautiful white horses turned back into... Oh, that's...
And my gown was gone. I was back in my tattered rags just as before.
But then Cinderella's little mice friend said,
Cinderella, Dookie, Dookie.
and what do you think they saw? That's right.
But I still had one glass slipper. It was a keepsake of a magical evening. And I thanked my fairy godmother with all my heart.
Well, the very next day, the prince announced that he wanted to marry the beautiful young girl he had danced the night away with. But the only thing he had was one glass slipper. So he sent the Grand Duke around to every household in the kingdom to try on the slipper and find the girl that it fit. Let's see, will it fit you? Let's see, will it fit you? No, not quite. How about you, princess? Let's see. Oh no, not quite. Let's see here. How about you? Oh no, yours is a little too small. Well, let's see here. How about you, madam? Would you be willing to remove a toe? That might work. No, she wants all of her toes. Well, you see, this was a magical glass slipper, and it would only fit one girl, and the prince knew that that was the girl of his dreams. Oh, but then the stepmother figured out that Cinderella was the girl of his dreams, so she locked her away up in her room.
And I just couldn't get out. But then just in time my little mice friends came and they brought me the key. So I ran down the stairs and I called out, please wait, may I try it on?
And just as the Grand Duke turned to Cinderella to let him try on the glass slipper, the stepmother tripped him. Oh! And he dropped the glass slipper and it shattered into a million pieces.
But I still had the other one, thanks to my fairy godmother. I slipped it on and everyone saw that it fit perfectly. And then we returned back to the palace in the royal coach.
And as soon as Cinderella arrived, the prince asked her to marry him.
Oh, and I said yes. We were married in a beautiful ceremony, and even my little mice friends were invited. I'd finally found true love, and all of my dreams had come true. And from that moment on, we lived
Happily ever after. Oh, Cinderella, thank you so much for that.
Thank you, Sir Elias.
Farewell. Farewell, Cinderella. Oh my goodness, look at that delight to have Cinderella share a story with us first thing in the morning. Now very soon we will be having a coronation where you will actually dance with the princesses. So please continue to stay and enjoy yourselves here at the Disney Princess Fantasy Fair. My name is Sir Elias. Until I see you again,